Hey guys, APOC here, and we are back with another 12-win Grand Challenge deck, this time with a brand new Night Witch that you just saw me get in my last video. I hope you guys were able to win your Night Witch challenge as well. In Grand Challenge, she is already everywhere, it seems. So first, let's have a quick look at the deck. We see that we are playing a Night Witch, Graveyard, Executioner, Tornado deck. It's also running the cycle cards. As you see, it is only 3.1 elixir, so we are able to cycle through our graveyards and Night Witches very quickly. So one thing I like about this is that Night Witch summons the bats, which are air. Graveyard is summoning the skeletons, which are ground. Makes it very difficult to counter both at the same time, and they can both take down the towers extremely quickly. So this is something that I think you guys will have a lot of fun with if you do decide to play this. So also, as you see, we are playing the powerful Executioner Tornado combo. That is obviously great versus Swarms, but Executioner is particularly good versus Night Witch, as he will shut her down without really taking any damage. So with Night Witch being everywhere, which you'll see in some of my Grand Challenges match, Executioner is a good way to play. As you see, also we're playing Ice Golem. Ice Golem hasn't seen as much play recently, but Ice Golem also takes down the bats when he explodes with his Frost Nova. So that's another good answer, as well as being a great tank for our graveyard. So let's hop into these matches as well as our chest opening. So this first match is going to be versus a 3 Musketeer deck. And man, we dominated this. So this was going for my 11th win at the time. So we're just going to open up cycling our Ice Spirit, and then we are going to lead right into an aggressive graveyard poison. And as you see, our poison quickly takes down that Goblin Gang, able to start taking out that pump, as well as we are going to get about 600 damage off on that tower. So that's a pretty good start to the game, and he only gets 1 pump out of that. So we're only down 1 elixir here. And he thinks that he has already outcycled us, as he thinks that we don't have another answer without our poison. Little does he know that our Executioner is not going to be fun for him. So we drop our Executioner, we Tornado, bunch them all up. He tries to drop a heal, but that is way too little too late. And Executioner Tornado just crushes it. So that was a total 14 elixir that our Executioner took out. And now he takes out another 5 of that Barbarians, and he has to log. And as you see, we get 1 more hit, bringing this all the way down to 74 health. Now we don't want to kill that tower because it makes it easier to take the next tower when we have Graveyard, so that we don't activate the King yet. So we are going to start our main push, which is a Night Witch in the back with an Ice Golem in front, so we can set up our next graveyard. So here we are. He drops his 3 Musketeers again. Now we are going to just set up a nice poison. Poison's going to wipe them all out. Our bats are on the tower. Our Night Witch is on the tower. Skeleton's beating it down all the way down to under 100 health here. And basically his Goblin Gang is dead too. So now basically both towers are down. So he pumped, so we're just going to Graveyard right on that right away. That's the end of that tower. And even our Ice Golem over here on the right is going to punch that down to finish it up. And really there's not much left to go on here. So he's got a minion horde coming down at us. We're going to tank that with our Ice Golem. Then all of a sudden he drops once again his 3 Musketeers all together. We'll Tornado that down. He does heal, preventing our poison. But once again, Executioner comes in, just cleans that right up. No problem. So basically we got 2 full healthy towers, 2-0, beautiful victory here. Not bad for our 11th win. So we have a little bit of a surprise in for our next match. I don't know if you noticed it earlier, but we faced our own clanmate. As you see, APOC D21 versus Reddit Alpha Zach Conan, my friend right there, Zach Conan. So that's very interesting. I don't know if any of you guys have ever faced your clanmates in a battle before. This is the second time that I've done that. You know, I'm at 280,000 cards won in challenges, and I've only faced a clanmate twice. So it is pretty rare. I wasn't sure if we were going to... I wasn't really sure what we were doing just to start. So gave him some emotes. As you know, I'm pretty quiet normally. So we'll open up with our Night Witch in the back. His Night Witch is coming forward. He poisons mine. And we're just going to use our Ice Golem to finish off the tanking. So we did leak some elixir here. Don't worry about that too much. I don't suggest to do that. I was still a little bit shocked that I was facing my my clanmate. We don't take too much damage here, as our Tornado plus Executioner pulls everything back, but we do take a couple Knight swings from his Knight. So from here on out, we're going full force. So we get our Night Witch up, Executioner still up, and we get our Graveyard going, and he drops a defensive poison. And our Executioner plus the bats are finishing off that Knight plus that Ice Golem, and our Executioner gets a few hits off here, and just like that, tower's down to 1,000, taking off 1,500 hit points. Okay, so now we can get, since we have a bit of elixir lead, we can start our next push. So we get an Ice Golem in the back. We can drop an Executioner as well. Executioner, like I said, is a great counter to the Night Witch, which you will see right here. So he drops an aggressive Inferno Tower. It does wind up eating our Night Witch, but our Night Witch drops those Death Spawn bats that quickly clean up that Night Witch. And then we get a Poison Tornado, and look, just like that, there goes his Night Witch and most of his tower, all the way down and killed by an Ice Golem. So he drops an aggressive Tornado Poison with the skeletons, but our Ice Golem cleans it up. We got a nice 2 healthy towers here, so we're still in pretty good shape. Then we get some Night Witch action on each other, quickly cleaning each other up. And once again, our Executioner is down, cleaning up those skeletons, keeping our tower nice and safe. So as you see, he was playing Inferno Tower, I was playing Executioner. Executioner really does crush the other opposing Night Witches. So that was a good game, well played by Zach. It was a bit of a hard matchup for him. I would think that with that matchup, I would definitely be expected to win. So let's get into the next one. We're going to do 4 matches today. So you can see a lot of the different matchups, as this is a brand new deck that I made. So here we are going to face a Golem Night Witch deck, and this is very common in Grand Challenges currently. If you haven't done any yet, be prepared to face pretty much this exact deck. Usually it's going to have Golem, Night Witch, Baby Dragon, Lightning. So pretty much get ready for that. So we got our Night Witch down. He's got his Night Witch down. So let's get our poison plus our graveyard. Our Night Witch takes out his. The poison takes out the bats, and just like that, look at that, we are already on the tower. The Night Witch staff really hurts pretty hard, and just like that, 1,500 damage taken off the tower. The pump is dead. His troops are dead except for the baby dragon. And we'll just take a little bit of splash damage from this baby dragon, and we can move on. So he decides to go with an aggressive golem instead of pumping up with the skeleton by cycling his skeletons then pumping. So we are going to drop our Night Witch in the back so we can get ready to get some troops on him right away, and you will see some of the damage that the Night Witch does. So we'll go with an aggressive graveyard to split up his force. So he was able to kill my Night Witch, unfortunately, but as you see, my graveyard was able to completely take down his tower. We still have our Executioner up, and we pull his Golem since it has no support troops to the king, activating our king. That was a bit of a mistake. Shouldn't have dropped those skeletons. That was a waste. Should have waited until after the golem popped. Well, just like that, we take the first tower of the game. We get a nice lead even on the left-hand side. So, once again, we open up with another Night Witch. And he goes with an aggressive golem right at the bridge. So we're going to use our Ice Golem to tank for us. So now we got Night Witch, Executioner. Let's pull this all together. Have our Executioner crush that Mega Minion. Now we're back up to a second Night Witch. He does get it killed with his lightning, but really his push is already dead. And now we're up Night Witch. Night Witch, Poison, Graveyard. Taking some good damage on the tower here, but also cleaning up some of his troops. And just that baby dragon on my Executioner is not going to do much, and the skeletons will distract the Mega Minion. And just like that, there's really not much left to this. Defend this last Night Witch with ours, plus our Ice Golem. Ice Golem will take down a Night Witch all by himself on our side with the tower help. And that gives us a nice 1-0 win. And I think that even if he did wind up taking that last one, we would have gotten a 2-0 win. So, one thing with this deck, as you saw, we wanted to split push once he dropped an aggressive golem in the back. He didn't have enough to defend our graveyard. So, let's get this last match, and then we'll hop into that chest opening. So, this was basically a mirror match. Both of us playing Night Witch, Executioner, Tornado. And it was a tough match. This was well played. I can't pronounce his name, I'm sorry. So we drop our Ice Golem. He starts with his Night Witch. I do really like having my Night Witch behind the Ice Golem, as it does allow for me to get a positive trade against him. And then when our Ice Golem dies, it kills his bats. So he finally drops his Executioner. So we went with an aggressive Graveyard Poison here. And the reason we did that is because we were able to surround his Executioner, meaning that it may not hit all of the skeletons. Now we were only able to get a couple hundred hit points off. You know, most of that damage is from the poison, but we did get a couple skeleton hits. All in all, we do get the first lead of the game, and we're only down about 1 elixir here. So he opens up with another Night Witch. So once again, we are going to open up with our combo of Ice Golem, and this time we are going to open up with the Executioner. And you will see how the Executioner quickly crushes his Night Witch. We're going to use our Night Witch to soak up some damage over here. And just like that, we did take quite a bit more damage than I was hoping for, as well as our Night Witch doesn't have much health left. And that was probably a bit greedy, dropping that Ice Golem. But look at our little bats. Our bats are getting up there. We get, 400 damage from those bats. And he still had to waste that Tornado. So all in all, that wound up being a pretty good trade, despite it being aggressive. And then we can just use our Ice Spirit here to clean up these skeletons for a positive trade. So we'll start with our Executioner in the back. We can go with our Night Witch just behind him. And once again, we're going to drop a Graveyard right on top of that Executioner so he doesn't lock onto us. And because he's not going to be able to target all the skeletons because they face different directions. I mean, he does wind up doing a good job, but our Executioner does splash down on that tower once for some nice chip. So his Executioner is up, and we're going to use our Ice Golem to tank and spank, and then we can use our... Well, we were hoping to use our Ice Spirit to finish tanking, but that didn't work out. But our Night Witch was able to finish off his Executioner. Now we're up to double Executioner. The poison will not kill our Executioners, and now we are in charge. Double Executioner, Ice Golem, and he's too late with that Executioner, and there's the first tower of the game with the Poison Graveyard. Just in time before the 3 minutes runs out, and that gives us our beautiful 12 win. So let's get into that chest opening. So we went 12-2. One of these matches I didn't show was a loss to a hog bait deck. I was really crushing that match, but then all of a sudden I dropped the tornado in the corner. Kind of just like fat fingered it or something, I don't know. It was unfortunate, so it should have been 12-1. So we get our nice 22,000 gold. We get a huge 1 Elite Barbarian. Our commons will convert to gold. So let's start with our rares. 3 Dark Goblins, 9 Battle Rams. That is what I'm requesting next. 1 Freeze, Fire Spirits. All these commons are still going, and we are getting up there with those Musketeers. Balloons for our next epic. Oh, nice. 76 Ice Golems. That's nice for this deck that we were just using. Ooh, baby dragons. So, are we going to get a legend? Oh, man. I guess legends don't love us on our 12-win chest. 755 bombers. Supercell, what are you doing to me? Come on. Okay. Not too bad. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this deck. This deck was really strong. Some of my clanmates wound up playing it after I did, and they wound up getting some 12 wins too. So make sure you do try this deck out. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I will see you next time. Peace.